This video is going to be different. I'm going to highlight what one Arizona city, Glendale, decided to do to help retain police officers. Spoiler alert, they recognized that the supply of good police officers is dwindling and that they needed to increase the incentive for officers to stay in Glendale. Note that I had nothing to do with negotiating this contract. I'm simply passing on information for members of other agencies to consider. I'm Steve Cerbalic and I'm a panel attorney for AsCops in Arizona. First is pay. The base pay for a topped-out senior police officer is rising to above $90,000. That's assuming a regularly scheduled 40-hour work week. If officers work more than 40 hours, or if they work any hours outside of their scheduled shifts, they receive overtime paid at 1.75 times their hourly rate. Additionally, if officers are taken out of a specialty detail to cover shifts in patrol, the officers sent back to patrol are paid the overtime rate for that assignment. Officers who are called to cover emergency events, known as TRU, receive premium pay for that call-out time in addition to their hourly rate. Sick leave accrual changes too. Officers receive sick leave not on a flat basis, but based on hours worked, so they're compensated with additional sick leave if they work overtime hours. For junior officers, that same thing happens for vacation accrual. It's calculated by hours worked instead of at a flat rate, ensuring that officers who are working overtime receive additional time to spend with their families. Officers are also allowed to accrue up to 360 hours of comp time. Next, officers who have at least 3 years on at the agency receive a retention bonus, with increases substantially each year depending on the amount of time the officer has with the agency. Glendale also awards 15 hours per paid holiday, and again, this allows officers to spend time with their families. Officers also receive 6 additional leave hours for rest when they're either called out or called back to work during their work week. Officers also receive shift preparation time, 10 minutes at the beginning of a patrol shift and 15 minutes prior to the end of their patrol shift, covering officers for the time it takes to get ready and secure their gear. They receive a uniform and safety equipment allowance of 2,400 hours per year to spend as the officers see fit, and all damaged uniforms and equipment are replaced by the city with no depreciation and no maximum amount. Glendale also recognizes that family commitments are substantial if there's a death of a family member, and allows 40 hours of leave for immediate family members, plus 2 additional days for out-of-state travel if necessary. They also give 3 days for leave of the death of a grandparent. This leave can also be split if they need to, which allows members to take time off if necessary to settle an estate. If there's a line of duty death, the city agrees to contribute up to $15,000 towards a funeral, and the deceased officer's entire squad, as well as up to 2 union representatives plus the liaison with the family, is allowed to attend the National Law Enforcement Memorial, paid for by the city. Employees intending to retire are granted transition leave, which means they can burn through their vacation, comp, and holiday leave on their way out the door, and retiring employees receive 40 hours of out-processing leave, allowing them to be removed from normal duties to tie up loose ends before leaving. This leave can be used before the transition leave that I just mentioned. In addition to these financial measures, the city also took significant steps to offer officers due process protections and remove some of the obstacles that existed in the past, including ensuring that employees under investigation receive adequate representation. There's lots more in their MOU, and I personally believe it will go a long way in showing Glendale officers that their city appreciates their service. As an aside, here's a preview of next week's video. In that one, I'll give examples of the exact opposite types of moves that some departments are making that disincentivize officers from staying. I'll provide 5 things that some departments are doing that hurt retention. So if you have any questions or comments on methods to retain police officers or what I discussed in this video, please leave them in the box down below. Like and subscribe to help my channel grow, and be on the lookout for future videos which come out every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.